Okay, this is chapter 17, God's Wrath. Krampus brought the sleigh down behind the old church. Jerry and Frecky sat waiting for them on the back porch. The Belsnickles crawled out and stumbled in, leaning heavily upon one another. Krampus strolled up to the porch, dropped the sack on the steps, and took a moment to rough up the wolves' thick pelts. Isabel stoked and fed the pot belly, while Vernon, Chet, and the two brothers found their beds and collapsed. Not Jesse. He hustled over to the cardboard box, holding the weapons and cash, passing up on the machine pistol, going instead for a Colt revolver, wanting a gun he could depend on. He pocketed one of the stout hunting knives and a box of ammo. He snatched up the keys to Chet's truck, feeling it would be best to take the pickup. It'd be dawn, and a flying sleigh wouldn't be the most inconspicuous means of getting around. "Where are you going?" Isabel asked. "Taking Krampus on a snipe hunt." She scrutinized him for a moment, then shook her head. "Nuh-uh. Going to take care of things." Her face tightened. "You wash yourself." "Try to," he said, and headed out. Jesse found Krampus sitting on the porch between the two wolves, rubbing their fur and looking up at the fading stars. "Ready?" Jesse asked. "Please, here, sit." Krampus moved the sack over, made a spot. "There are a few words I would share." Jesse tried not to show his frustration. He wanted to be off, to get this thing done. He felt a growing sense of dread that he could not explain, and the last thing he wanted to do right now was to be drawn into another one of Krampus's lengthy conversations. "I shall keep it brief." Jesse sat on the step next to Krampus. Krampus inhaled deeply. "It was a glorious night, was it not?" "It was." "Jesse, your songs, they touched my heart. And not just me. Did you see them? See their faces? You touched them all. Your muse is full of magic." Jesse smiled, nodded. Magic. He liked that. It was the only way to describe how his songs had made him feel last night. "Was that your hand at play?" "Oh yes, indeed. But the music, that was your muse. I only helped you to truly see her, to free yourself from your own fears, to let go. But I promise you, it was your spark that captivated." Jesse nodded. He'd never put himself out there like that before, never truly bared his soul. He still felt the rush, still felt one with the melody. And more, he felt no trace of his former misgivings, actually couldn't wait to play in front of an audience again. "And my eyes too have been opened," Krampus said, "for I clearly see that mankind has not yet forgotten who they are, that deep down their wild spirit still burns. They still need only a little nudge, that they need only a little nudge to be set free." Krampus grinned, beamed. "And I will always be there to give them that nudge, in some hope or form, no matter what games the gods may play." Jesse nodded. He hoped so. He'd never felt more alive, more connected with the world around him, and he fully understood that it was Krampus's Yule magic that had awakened these feelings. He inhaled deeply, savored the feeling, found he still felt the rhythm, that strange primitive beat from last night. It faintly pulsed through his entire being. "Jesse, when the sun rises, it will be a new day, the start of a new age of Yule. Yule will spread, my flock will grow, and this I am sure, of this I am sure. And I wish only to have those who desire to serve near. Thus, I intend to release the Belsnickles from bondage, to return those that wish it back to their human flesh." Jesse sat up straight, looked at Krampus in wide-eyed astonishment. "You can do that then? Change them back? Change us back?" Krampus smiled. "Of course. It is my blood. I can call it back at any time." Jesse could hardly believe his ears. He resigned himself to dying a Belsnickel. Wow, no fucking kidding. "I intend to offer each of the Belsnickles a choice. I am starting with you. You have paid your debt to me. If you intend to kill this bad man, I believe you would prefer to do it as a free man. for him to see the true eyes of his slayer. For Jesse, there was nothing to consider. To return to his own flesh, to have another chance with Linda, why, he'd do whatever was asked. He nodded wholeheartedly. Krampus held out his hand. Your knife. Jesse fumbled in his pocket, plucked out the hunting knife, and handed it to Krampus. Krampus pulled the knife from its sheath, tested the tip. Give me your hand. Jesse put his hand out, palm upward, and winced. Krampus laughed. Do not fret. It is but a mere drop that I need to call home. Krampus pricked Jesse's finger, touched the mark with his own finger, and closed his eyes. Jesse's body tingled from head to toe. Krampus opened his eyes, removed his finger, and there, on the tip, sat a smear of shimmering blood. Krampus licked it clean. Jesse inspected his own finger. That's it? That is all. Jesse didn't feel different. He examined his hands. His flesh was still a blotchy gray. It will take a little while, Krampus said. For now, we should... His voice trailed off. He leaned forward, peering intently upward. His brow furrowed, and slowly a look of alarm and confusion spread across his face. Jesse followed his eyes, saw a star falling earthward. I just lost the page. We're not far off. Oh man, really close. Further than I thought. Let's go on this journey together, shall we? How do you turn pages? Am I doing it wrong? Jesse followed his eyes and saw a star falling earthward. What's that? No, Krampus said and stood up fast. Jerry and Frecky both raised their heads. A low, menacing growl came from deep in their throats. The shooting star headed their way, growing in size as it approached. Krampus stepped out into the yard, peering up at the pulsing light. This cannot be so. Not now. Not so soon. A voice fell upon them, little more than a whisper. It called. Krampus felt it more than he heard it. Krampus's face hardened. No, this is not fair. Why could they not wait? Why could I not have but a bit longer? The two Yule goats snorted and began to stomp about the snow. Krampus walked to them, snatched the mistletoe spear from its post on the sleigh, stood a moment, absently stroking their necks, staring at the spear, his face tense, his eyes distant. Finally, he let out a great sigh, nodding as though coming to some profound decision, and walked quickly over to Jesse. Here. He picked up the velvet sack, pushed it towards Jesse's arms. The keys? You still have my skeleton keys? Jesse patted his pocket. Yeah, why? What's... Jesse, it appears that I have misjudged, that my time here is to be far shorter than I had hoped. You must take the sack, get in your carriage, and go far away. He clutched Jesse's shoulder. You are free now, so I must beg this of you. Please do what you must to keep the sack out of his hands. Go deep into the mountains and bury it somewhere. Burn it if you must, but do not let him have it, please. What? No. Why? Balder comes now, and with powerful allies. Balder? But the game is rigged, a cruel joke. I will not run, not this time. There is no escape for me anyway. It should be interesting to see where this will all end. Krampus smiled. Do you not agree? Jesse tried to say more, but Krampus shook his head. Jesse, make haste. Go now, or chance will be lost. Krampus led him down the stairs, pushed him toward the side of the building. Go, Krampus called. Hurry. Jesse stumbled around the corner, stopped and looked back, found himself transfixed by the golden orb-shaped glow. Krampus faced the light. his tall shadow stretching out long behind him. He raised the spear, pointing it at the orb. "I am Krampus," he stated solemnly, "the Yule Lord. I will hide in caves no longer." The two wolves slunk over, stiff-legged, fur-bristling, and stood on either side of Krampus. There came a sound, soft and low, yet it blocked out all others, a chorus of 1,000 voices joined together in a hymn. Krampus held his ground, pulled himself up to his full height, shoulders back, eyes clear and resolute. The orb alighted upon the snow between two apple trees, the golden glow fading away, revealing 3 figures. Santa Claus stood in the center, dressed in heavy white robes trimmed with thick fur. His long beard and hair, loose of braid, fluttered in the light morning breeze. He was framed on either side by 2 winged men, or maybe women, impossible for Jesse to tell, as they shared features of both, their faces stern, beautiful, and terrible at the same time. A slight golden aura surrounding each of them, thin, wispy robes fluttering loosely about their lithe, elegant frames and white wings spread out from their backs. Long swords hung in golden scabbards strapped across their chest. Jesse wondered if they were angels, wondered what else they could possibly be. One of them set eyes on Jesse, cold, penetrating eyes that weighed his very soul, that promised his due. Jesse's fingers bit into the velvet sack as a chill shot to his core. His throat constricted as though icy hands were about his neck. He stumbled away, struggled for breath, back around the church, out of sight of the terrible angels. The chill faded. He gasped, and tried to regain his breath. What the fuck was that? "Go, go," he heard Krampus's voice in his head. He didn't need to be told again. Sure that things were going to end badly, and there was nothing he could do other than get himself killed. Jesse sprinted for Chet's truck, yanking the door open and throwing the sack into the passenger seat. He hopped in, fumbled for the truck keys, jammed them in the ignition, and fired up the engine. Jesse shoved it into gear and stomped it. The big wheels spun in the icy mud, caught in the pickup truck, and the pickup lurched forward, fishtailing back and forth, spraying mud as it plowed up the small drive. He could still feel the chill on his neck, still hear that hymn, 1,000 voices pursuing him. Jesse focused on keeping the vehicle out of the ditch as he careened onto the gravel road. He floored it and raced away, shooting down the road as fast as he dared, trying to push the voices from his head, wanting only to escape those terrible angels.